all the data that's inside of SAM automatically updates all this. So you're not having to do what Laura's currently having to do, go in and maintain each one of these. As you're maintaining SAM, it's maintaining itself for you. I was talking to Laura Lake about her website piece that she's been doing. She did a great job of a layout of a client portal, and it does all kinds of stuff. She did this in Lovable. Great job. You describe what you want. It creates an AI created this, and there's lots of capabilities. There's a back end to this where Laura goes in and she does all the updating from the back end. And that's great, but there's a lot of manual work there. This had a lot of really good qualities that I really liked. Whenever a lead, you've got somebody that you're going to do an appointment with, there's an appointment area where, when's your next appointment? What type of appointment is it? Here's some different resources before the appointment, different items and elements to this at different points. So it's just a portal for them to look at and see your contact information, that type of stuff. Once you've had that meeting, then there's like a meeting overview area where you can see, what was talked about, different stuff that was dealt with there. So to, give Laura credit here, she did an amazing job of describing it to the AI, what she wanted, how she wanted it, the different parts and pieces. The problem is Laura's having to maintain this in the back end herself. Is that correct, Laura?
Correct.
Correct. So she showed me this and showed me what she was doing. It's like, Laura, I could really take this idea, because I was already working on a portal idea. It just wasn't this pretty, and I really like this design. I said, Laura, if you wouldn't mind, I would like to take this and use it as an infrastructure for the piece that we're working on, which is a separate piece, but very similar in functionality. And she said, she gave the okay. Thank you, Laura. So having said that, what I've done is I've built inside of SAM, this is going to be a premium feature, meaning not everybody gets it. You have to pay a monthly fee to get this, and I'll explain why here in a minute. But whenever you go into your setup, you go into the setup, there's going to be a portal setup. Inside of here, we've taken the overall design of what she's put together and made it so that it's customizable. So you can change all the headings, the colors, the different parts and pieces to this. There's different color schemes. Laura Luxury is her brand, her design and stuff on here, but we've got lots of other possibilities as well that you can pick and choose from. Once you've selected them, you can also come in here and change them however you want. If you want to change the color to be some other color, you can certainly do that. The heights of things, all the different resources. You can then specify, just like in Laura's piece here, you can specify what dates of things that you want to use, like, in this case, the appointment date or consultation date or whatever different dates that you want. Inside of SAM, you can specify in your appointment, what date fields do I want to display? In the meeting area, what date fields do I want to display? In the pre-launch. So you can customize what you do want to display if they have any information in them. If they don't, it'll be gone, it'll be missing or whatever. I added just a bunch of different ones just to play around myself. Inside of here, I also saw that she had put in like links to different things. There are links to, like on market here, there are links to documents and other things. So any kind of thing that could be linked, we can do things with files You can tag your files inside of SAM. Maybe it's a disclosure or something like that that you want to assign and give them. So in this case, I've got pre-assigned the listing agreement, the proof of income, and the seller's agreement are things that if they're in the files and those files are tagged with any of those, they will show up in a certain area within the portal so that they can be clicked on and opened. For listings, for transactions, you can do all the same things. The external documents inside of SAM in a contact, you can have external documents. These may be links to their Zillow, their Realtor.com, their, all these different links to their marketing materials could be in there, and you can tag them based off of their type of document. So in the listing area, you might have, floor plans or listing sheets, or you might have Zillow link or whatever, and you can specify those items that if they are there and if they are of that type, that they would show up in the particular portal. All your resources. So in Laura's account here, some of these items are just hard resources. They're links to different things that's on her website that maybe is information that a first-time home buyer might want, or something like that they can go to and they can open and they can see. So it's it's whatever link you want to put in there, you can specify that. So there's some hard links of just resources. So we've got a resources area. You can adjust where they go, in which area do you want to put them, and in which order do you want to put them. So that's all there. Inside of the pre-launch, I believe it was, there's this section here for seller homework. I love this, where the seller can fill in some information, and whenever they fill in this information, you would want it to come back to your database. Well, inside of SAM, you can set up seller homework, and you can specify all the different fields of information that you want to be available for access. And then whenever they fill them out, it automatically sends it back to the SAM contact record. Inside the advanced are just additional notes and things that are broken up by buyer or seller. So what happens is on any given contact, and I'm going to go to George, you will have a portal. If this is turned on, you will have a portal area where George Washington, in this case, will have a portal link. You grant access to different portals, and you can have multiple portals per person, actually. So you may have an investor or somebody that has multiple things going on, but you can copy that link. It's a magic link. I'm also going to make it available as a merge field, so you could send it out as a mergeable type thing, and then you can put that into an email. They open up the email, and then it starts loading this portal information from the data for that person, property, or listing. So up here in the upper right, and also down here at the bottom, message your agent, it will go in and it'll go into a he said, she said messaging piece. And if there is a new message, this here shows a little new option. So they'll get that, but then they'll also get the email saying, hey, you've got new data on your portal. I'll make it so that it can be Spanish, a language option as well on here, so it can be translated. But basically what it's doing is it's showing similar types of things based off of the color scheme that you've selected. The thing about this is as you come through, and I've gone ahead on George, I've already filled in the information, and it went ahead and saved it to his contact record, so I have access to that. But anything that is a link, so like down here, I told it that I wanted the links for certain documents. The net sheet itself comes from the sheet that we produce inside the listing. It built a link to it based off of it being net sheet tagged. The estimated net proceeds is in there. All the data that's inside of SAM automatically updates all this. So you're not having to do what Laura's currently having to do, go in and maintain each one of these. As you're maintaining SAM, it's maintaining itself for you. So they could do all the parts and pieces right here. The lock, as you make your way through this until closing day, when do you have closing dates, all this kind of stuff, it will take you through that process. It's going to be a $40 a month subscription. There's a lot more to this. It's a much bigger deal than what I'm just showing here. But you'll be able to do lots of different portals for lots of different places, properties, listings, transactions, and just buyers and sellers and stuff like that. The portal piece itself is a huge piece. It uses up bandwidth, it uses up AI, it uses up a lot of things, so we have to charge extra for it. What we wanted to do was offer you something exclusive. You can certainly do the $40 piece if you want to wait on it, if you're not ready for it or whatever. So what I'm planning on doing, because it's a big deal, I'm saving you guys a lot of money, that you will take advantage of it. I'm not sure I can make it any better. So if you guys are interested, click the link. If you need more information, reach out, email me. I want to be as accessible to you guys as possible.